Well, hey folks, and welcome to Homesteader News. Well, I'm just hanging out at the cabin. It's wintertime, not a whole lot I can do outside, so I decided to pull out my camping stuff that I use in the summertime and kind of go through it and see what sort of stuff I needed to get for this coming season. I'm always looking for new survival supplies, things that I want to put in my bug out bag, that sort of thing. And so I come up with a couple of really good products that would be good for anyone that camps, anyone that's putting together a bug out system, or off-gridders. These would be a couple of really good products for any of those. The first one is a solar lamp that I really like. And this solar lamp is made by D-Light. That's D.Light. And the company actually designed these for indigent families that live in the rainforests that don't have a source of light at all. They're really, really well made. They're made to stand up to a lot of abuse. They can be dropped in the water and it probably wouldn't even damage them or fall down or whatever. You're not going to damage them. They come with a hook so you can hang them up as a lamp. Now these have a solar panel on them, just a small solar panel, and it's got a button, as you can see there in the front. It's got a button, and it's got two settings for either a low light or a high light. On low, this will last about 8 hours. That's a good amount of time. It'll give you about 8 hours of light. On high, it'll last about 4 hours, which is still a good amount of light. And these put out quite a bit of light. I was very impressed. As you can see, these put out a lot of light. This uses an LED, and then it's got this lens that's a diffractor. And what that does is it makes that little bit of light look like it's a whole lot more light, so it spreads it out, and you can see it really puts out a lot of light. And I was very impressed. This thing charged up in just a couple hours outside, 3 or 4 hours of sunlight, and you're going to have one of these charged up for a whole night's worth of light. These only run about $12. You can get them on Amazon.com or go to my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com. I'll have a link there so you can find these. About 12 bucks. They're called D-Lights. They're also small enough that you could put one of these in your bug out bag, in your camper, or in your backpack. Take one of these along with you instead of one of those big Coleman lanterns. They're a lot lighter, so you're not carrying around a tremendous amount of weight. And really, really excellent product. Really like those. Okay, that's one of the products that I recommend that would be really good for campers or people that also live off-grid and if you need an extra light. The other product I come across that I really, really like. This is made by Ambient Weather, okay? And this is a Adventure Emergency Radio, and it has the weather band, emergency band, AM and FM. And this is a radio. It's really lightweight and really small, but very, very well solidly built. Doesn't feel like a brick either, okay? And it's got a solar panel on it. See that? It's got a solar panel across there. And it's also got a crank, hand crank on this thing, which is just cool as heck, alright? You can crank on this thing, and you can charge it up. It'll take you about a minute, maybe 2 minutes of cranking. But you can charge it up with that, or you can just set it in the sun and it'll charge up in about 3 or 4 hours. And then it's got a flashlight. You can see that. It's got a real bright 3 LED flashlight on it, built into it. And it's got the radio, which I was very, very impressed. This thing has really, really excellent reception, because I don't get really great reception out here. So when I put this thing on,
in a historical sense, I mean, we've had some people die, but compared to, say, the American
it's got a really excellent radio. You can hear that. That's a good radio. That's really picking up the stations. And I checked it. It picks up all the local stations around here, and it picks up the weather band. So it's also got a clock built into it. So you got the solar charger, you got the crank charger, and you've got the radio and the flashlight. But this also has these plugs that come with it, which are really cool. It comes with all the different cell phone adapters or iPad adapters that you might need to charge up your system. You can plug those into this, and using solar power or the crank, you can charge up your cell phones. Now that would be a fantastic product that would have been very helpful to those people that just went through the hurricane, the Sandy hurricane, that couldn't even recharge their cell phones because they had no power in their houses. If they'd have just had one of these, they could have charged up their cell phones, and they would have been alerted to the dang storm as it was coming in, and they would have had a flashlight to get out of the place if they needed it. And these run you about, I think they're about $27 to $30. I'll check, but I'll also have a link to these available. I'll have a link to it available. And again, this is made by Ambient Weather. It's the WR-111B Adventurer Emergency Radio. Now these would be perfect for an off-gridder, for somebody who does a lot of camping or backpacking in the backcountry, or of course for somebody who's putting together their bug out bag. Very light, not going to take up a lot of space, but very, very well built. This thing is built like a tank. It's designed, and that's why it's the top rated emergency radio on Amazon. You can get this on Amazon. You can get this at my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com. All right, folks, take a look at those two products, the D-Lite Solar Light and the Ambient Weather Radio. Go to my website. You can get links for those. Have a great day.